Hey guys, this is Affect Me and welcome again to another Amazon try-on and review here in the freestyle section of Star Maker. Today I am going to be showing off a bikini top. And I know you're going to say a bikini top, why now? We're just about to end summer, but there's going to probably be, to be fair, there's going to be a lot of sales from the swimwear companies on Amazon. So the chances are great they're probably going to hold a sale at some point because, of course, they want to, liquidate a lot of their merchandise. So in that respect, I figured also I'm going to show it off to you. So if you guys don't wear it now, you will be wearing it come next summer. Unless, of course, you live in a hot state, and then that totally means that you're going to be wearing it for sure. But I'm in the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast, I should say, and it's been fairly hot here. So there are still some hot days that can still, right now it's a little cooler, but it's been really hot and really muggy. So there are still some get-togethers, barbecues, parties going on. So the bikini is still ongoing, and I just wanted to show this off. And let's tell you, first of all, let's show it to you. Okay, let's just show you the top first. This is the top. And let's tell you the name of the company. Okay, the name of the company is Sucrafast. And again, I always try to look for the pronunciation through the internet, but sometimes I don't always come up with the answer to this. But from the way I believe it should be pronounced is Sucrafast. So this is Amazon's choice. This bikini top is Amazon's choice, and it is a women's triangle bikini top. Now it does, let me just show you this. It does, however, come with pads that are inside here with, I'm sure if you have ever had these triangle tops, you would know that they are in these little holes, which you still can hand wash them and take them out, wash these by hand, and then place them back in as well. But I usually remove the pads because sometimes what happens with a triangle top, it becomes very difficult as you're trying to adjust it and make it correct. A lot of the times these bunch up and then it just doesn't look right sometimes underneath. So with that being said, I usually, as a rule, I remove them most of the times. So I'm not using the pads, but I always keep them just in case. So if I ever need them, I will always put it in there. And if it's a white, now I always get very nervous with white, especially like a white triangle top, because if it is too sheer, then I keep the pads for that reason being, because then this way it'll definitely help with the sheerness. So, and especially when it gets wet in the pool or at the beach, definitely. So, okay, but let's go a little bit more into detail. This bikini top is $23.99, and the color, which is amazing. It comes in so many different colors. Oh, there's a variety of colors, like ridiculous. It's amazing. But this color, which really attracted me to it, is called Lake Green, and it's absolutely beautiful. And now let's tell you what the fabric is. The fabric on this is 82% nylon, 18% spandex. So that's a fairly good amount of stretch, as you can see. It's got a pretty decent amount of stretch. To be honest, I would actually even prefer if it had even more stretch than that. I like stretch a lot, especially when it comes, especially in a triangle top bikini, because sometimes you really do need to adjust it. Say you get the wrong size or it's not quite fitting in certain areas, you really need that stretch to stretch it around, to get it correct, to really be able to adjust it. That's really major. Now, they tell you specifically just hand wash only. And that's exactly what I did. I wouldn't even attempt that. I definitely hand wash. Now let's tell you as far as in sizing. Now, the sizing is a little bit off because now I got this in a large. Now, I probably could have gotten this in an extra large, to be fair. But let's tell you what the size guide on the large is. The large is from size 12 to 14. The cup size is C to D, and the bust is 36 to 38. Now, I am a 36D in a bra. So, to be fair, I really do believe that the large, according to this size guide, would have fit. So the size guide is a little bit off. The extra large, however, the size is 16 and the cup size is D to double D. And the bust is 38 to 40. So I really should have gotten the extra large because the large is a little... again, it's a bikini, it's a triangle top. So there's really not much fabric that you're really working with here, to be fair. Now, a big reason as to why I decided to just do a bikini top review is because I'm going to be matching it with a pair of existing, that I have already, a pair of existing bottoms. And I'm going to show you the bottoms. Now the bottoms, I wish I remembered the name of these bottoms. And unfortunately, I don't remember the name. I actually had received these bottoms as a gift from my Amazon wish list over at Instagram. And I never went as far as to putting them onto my Amazon Finds link on my link tree. And a big reason why I put a lot of the Amazon finds on my link tree, why I should say that I have an Amazon finds link, is because that link is usually dedicated to every item that I actually have in my possession. So I usually add it to that list. This, however, I did not add to the list. There is no name on the tag. It just tells you exactly what it's comprised of as in fabric, but it doesn't say the name. So I don't want to go into that, but I did feel that I wanted to not get the top and the bottom as a set on this particular item that I'm just showing you from Superfast, because a lot of the times, women are not really proportionate. They're not like in proportion on the top and the bottom. They're not equal. That's kind of hard. So that's why a lot of the times I choose to do mix and match. So I just figured I'd tell you that, guys. But let's show you the bottoms anyway. And these are what I'm going to be teaming it up with. These are the bottoms. These are so pretty. I mean, these are just so pretty. These are really pretty. And then it's got this beautiful buckle design on the hip area. It's so beautiful. Now this has actually a good amount of stretch, this one. I'm going to just tell you what it's comprised of anyway. Let's just see. Hold on one second. Let's just get this out. I'm sorry, I might have to get a little close to it. 80% nylon. Okay, see, now this is 80% nylon. I don't know, it just feels a lot. It's 80% nylon and 20% spandex. And this one, like I said, was 82% nylon, 18% spandex. But for some reason, the stretch on it, it does, like I said, it does have stretch. It does have stretch, but I would like for it to have even more stretch. I'll tell you what does have stretch is these straps right here. These do have a lot of stretch. This whole area right here, this has a lot of stretch, and that should have a lot of stretch because you want it to be able to, be able to adjust well. So it's got to have a lot of stretch here, but I would like for it to have even more stretch even here, to be fair, because that's, like I said, where you have to really kind of get it correct. So stay tuned for the try on in my next segment. Thanks, guys. And now for the try on. Here we go, guys. Here it is. And as you can see, it's very pretty. It's actually not sheer. I mean, you can tell, even I don't have the pads in, and it's definitely not sheer. So, I mean, and even under these bright lights, you can see that there's no sheerness to it. It fits very well. I had to adjust it. It fits very well all the way up to here. I just want a little more coverage here. I just want there to be a little more coverage in the front. That's just kind of what I want. So I think maybe if a little bit bigger of a cup, it might actually work a little bit better there. But as far as the straps have a lot of bounce. Like I said, they have a lot of bounce, and that gives you a lot of, gives you a lot of security here, because these bathing suit tops, there's not really much to them. And as soon as you start swimming, if they're not on secure, you can forget about it. I mean, you go to the beach and a wave hits you, that's it. It's off. So, and I teamed it up with these very pretty bikini bottoms, as you can see, with the buckle. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. See? As you can see, it's very, very nice. And yes, I still have socks on, but very nice. All right, guys, super fast. Check them out. I think you'll really like these tops, and they come in a variety of so many different colors. And yeah. All right, guys, stay tuned, because on the next try on and review, it's going to be pretty cool, because what's our next holiday? Halloween, one of my favorite holidays. And get ready, because I'm going to be putting out some of my costumes that I've had for ages. So, all right, guys, let's just back up one more time so you can see it. Okay, guys, take care. Thanks. Hey guys, this is Affect Me, and this is the third segment to my video. And here we have no filter, no nothing, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison in the natural light on this particular bathing suit to show you about the color difference. So let's go a little closer up to it. As you can see, this is in the natural light. And let's step back to show you. Okay, so now you have at least a better understanding as to how what it looks like from the picture and exactly how it looks in real life. So just to give you an idea, this is the color lake green. So if you look at it, it really does, it looks, to me, much bluer. So it is pretty accurate in my video there. It's definitely not as green as the picture shows, but I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison to really give you a better understanding. Okay, thanks guys. Hey guys, this is Affect Me, and thank you so much for making it to the end of this try on and review from the Amazon company Superfast. I hope you guys have a better understanding as to the product that I showed you. And now here is where I want to explain to you as to why I go into such great detail on any product that I like to review or try on. A reason being is because of what I used to do. I used to be a catalog operator for a woodworking supply company. This company used to sell exotic lumber. We used to sell hardware. We used to sell stains. And I just felt that, being a catalog operator, it was a very difficult task to be on the other end as well. Not just, the customer was confused at times or they didn't know about the product. And I myself was educated only but so far in the products. My boss had a suggestion box, and I suggested that you allow the catalog operators to take a tour of the warehouse, so this way they have a better understanding as to the products in which we are selling. So that didn't really go anywhere, to be quite honest, and I thought it would have been a great suggestion, but it didn't go really too far. Now, a big reason why I said that I wanted the catalog operators, I thought it would be a good idea for them to see the products, is because of the fact that we used to deal with a lot of people that were trying to match antiques. A lot of the times they would be trying to match, they would be redoing an antique, a piece of furniture, whatever it was. And a lot of the times they needed to make sure that it was 100% exactly what they needed. So that was very vital. And like we used to sell escutcheons, we used to sell veneers, we used to sell, like I said, exotic lumber, stains, we used to sell brass pulls, we used to sell a lot of hardware. And all somebody sometimes would just have is a simple question, as if to say, is this a shiny brass or a dull brass? And I honestly could not really answer them because I didn't have it in my possession. I couldn't tell you exactly what it looked like in front of me. And I feel that that's so important because before the pandemic, I used to go and shop and nobody wanted to be with me. Everybody used to leave me. They used to say, you're on your own. We're going to drop you off and we'll be back in like 3 or 4 hours and to pick you up, because nobody had the patience to be with me because I would have to feel the clothing, try it on, see how it looked on the hanger. You know, these little details were so important to me. So with that being said, that's why I go into such great detail, because the pandemic made me switch over to the virtual online shopping. And I never thought in a million years I would be doing this. I never thought in a million years I would be actually reviewing a product or, you know, showing you how it looks. So I thought, being that I was a catalog operator, I thought it was very important, you know, they call up, they would have these questions, and I just could not answer them. To get a technician in, we only had like a handful of technicians. And when I say a handful, I mean like 2, maybe 2 or 3 tops. One was a little more learned in like stains. The other one was more of an expert in lumber. The other person, each and every one had their expertise. But a lot of them tried to learn different areas as well within the company, so they can also help each other out. But it was very difficult to get a technician. So with that being said, it became very frustrating for not just the customer, but for us. So I just felt that it was so important to know, you know, to really get a better understanding as to what the product looks like, to see it. We used to do exportation work, selling to all over the country. So with that being said, and I was one of the girls that was in charge of foreign orders, they called it back in those times. They called it a foreign order, which means that, and a lot of the times I never really even spoke to the customer, a lot of the times through a foreign order, because they were so far away, like there was such a great time difference. A lot of the times I would just go back and forth trying to give them a quote from the parcels from UPS or what have you, through fax. And that was very difficult because there was a lot of communication breakdowns. There was a lot of issues until we actually got the order together. Then sometimes they would want the order being split because the order, they needed one specific item ASAP, and if it was flammable, it could not go by air. So, I mean, there was a lot involved. And, you know, I've had intricate orders. We've had people that wanted logos and maker's marks. And, you know, these were very custom orders. But for the simple orders were just, you know, it was just a simple case of, I can tell you, is it shiny, is it not? You know, I didn't get that option. I didn't get that chance. So with that being said, a big reason as to why I go into such great detail has a lot to do with that, is that I feel like it's so important. And wood is not easy to sell. Wood is not an easy thing to sell through the phone. I mean, the wood, sometimes we used to sell wood that had checks in them, and they would have splits, and you know, you would sell it by square footage, and you know, it was really entailed. So that was kind of hard, and you really needed to know what you were talking about. You know, a lot of the times I wouldn't even venture into talking about the exotic woods, because exotic wood can differ. You're not always going to get the same type of, it's not going to be the same look all the time. It's exotic. You know, it varies. So there was a lot of things that I felt compelled that, you know, hey, we need to give the customers a little bit more of an idea as to what it looks like. And a lot of the time, some people would be trying to match a veneer panel to an airplane. They would try to be actually, a lot of the times I used to have people that would be dealing with Hollywood sets, and they wanted specific things. It had to be exactly the way they wanted it. It had to be very to the T. So, you know, it wasn't simple. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to explain to you guys, why I go into such great detail, and I feel like it's so vital and so important to not only make the customer see what it looks like on somebody, but to also get an idea as to the fabric. That's why I do a lot of detailed, up close. Is this color, as you can see in my video, I did a side-by-side comparison, what they show as in the color on the site, what it really looks like, you know, in person. So it's important. And I thank you for staying to the end, listening to what I'm telling you about myself. And stay tuned, because on my next try-on, being that I do this in the app Star Maker, a lot of the try-ons, stay tuned, because I'm going to explain to you guys not only, like I just did, a little bit about myself as to what I used to do, but I'm also going to talk to you about singing and karaoke, and how I also went on an audition. So
thank you for the best times, thank you for the journey. I can see me looking at